Today, I want to give you guys a quick update on the news we saw yesterday that DJI have been added to the economic blacklist, and I want to explain exactly what this means because there are lots of stories and lots of posts going around the internet that DJI have been banned. That is not true, and I want to give you guys the current situation and just tell you how this may, or in reality may not, affect you. Now, there are a lot of very good and very bad stories on this across the internet, and one of the ones that's actually worth a look is on Drone XL, and I'll just put this up, and it goes over what the current situation is. And the reality is this: DJI have been added to the blacklist, which is an economic blacklist from the Commerce Department in the US. If we scroll down, the bit that's most important is this here, and it basically says that now DJI has been added to the US Department of Commerce Entity List. The US-based companies will no longer be able to export technology to the drone maker without an appropriate license. Now, what that means is DJI can still sell their products in the USA. DJI products can still be brought into the USA, bought and sold. US companies will not be able to supply components to DJI without special permission first. Now, in this, there's nothing to say those companies would not be able to get that permission. It just says that permission must be sought in advance. Now, just to talk about this entity list, it isn't something that's just specific to Chinese companies. This list has companies from all over the world. And if I just put it up, when you actually go down the list, whilst there are a large number of Chinese companies on it, there are companies from Bulgaria, China. As I've said, there's 60 from China, there's 2 from France, 2 from Germany, 1 in Hong Kong, Italy, 2 in Malta, 2 in Pakistan, 3 in Russia, and 2 in the UAE. So this list is not exclusive to China, although it is bulked out by majority Chinese-based companies. Now, this is the same list that both HK Vision and Huawei were added to some time back. That was going to prevent Huawei having updates to the Google Android operating system, for instance. So, whilst it is something that isn't particularly great, it isn't something that's going to stop DJI making products tomorrow, stop them selling products tomorrow, and stop you from being able to buy them. Now, just to explain what components could actually be affected by this. Well, if we look at DJI's enterprise line of drones, some of the earlier ones were using FLIR sensors, the XT, the XT2. These were using thermal imaging sensors from FLIR, but in recent times, DJI have moved away from using FLIR and they have their own homegrown solutions. In some DJI products, there are components from US manufacturers. There's Umbrella, there is Texas Instruments, and there's other companies like that. But those components may not actually see any issues because DJI would not be buying them directly from the manufacturer anyway, and they're likely sourcing them through the global supply chain. So what this entities list means is US companies cannot knowingly work with DJI without permission, but that isn't to say DJI may not be able to get access to some of these components through the usual way that companies buy them. Now, how do I think this is going to affect you? Well, in the short term, I don't. I honestly don't believe there's going to be any effect on product supply or product releases in the near future. DJI was threatened with going on this list 6 months ago. They've had plenty of time to secure their supply chain over that period and move away from using US-based components, just like they have with FLIR, or secure supply of components for any future upcoming or ongoing product manufacture. Now, there is already a massive shortage of product around the globe due to the current human malware situation, and any supply issues that you see are likely just as a result of the human malware that has affected global logistics, supply, and travel. So things as a result of this aren't really going to change. For the future releases for DJI, it simply means that they will have to decide to use other manufacturers' components in their products. And in many ways, this entity list harms US companies because it prevents them selling to DJI. DJI will simply source components from other manufacturers, not US based. So it's a bit of a strange one when you actually look at it. Now, I have seen some comments out there about how this is going to massively benefit US manufacturers and things like that. However, you need to step back first and actually take a look at how else this could have an impact on actually the homegrown US manufacturers. And Gary on SUAS News has a fantastic story on this, talking about Skydio specifically. And Skydio have put out, I'll be honest, a bit of an unsavory statement on this. I think it's a shame when they start playing political games between each company. But there is a story on SUAS News which goes over the situation that Skydio is in, and ITAR could also be a massive barrier for Skydio being able to sell their products around the world. So whilst if there was a supply issue in the US of DJI companies may benefit over there, the rest of the world, it really isn't going to make a difference. And ITAR also had a massive effect on 3DR's ability to sell the Solo outside the US as well. So whilst this rule could potentially help some US-based manufacturers, the reality is it's not that simple. And it's not as easy as just adding a company on a list and everyone else benefits. So that story is as well is well worth a look, and that's on SUAS News. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. So that's it from me on this one. DJI are not banned. I would not expect this to have any dramatic effect on any potential future upcoming product releases around anything. I am not expecting DJI's products to disappear off shelves tomorrow. You might see some increased supply constraint, but the reality is the human malware situation is already causing havoc in that respect as well. Anyway, I hope that clears the situation up. Please let me know in the comments of this video what you think about it, what you think about this actual action. In many ways, it hurts the US more than it hurts China because they're preventing Chinese companies spending money with US companies. Bit of a strange one, that. Finally, I don't want this to get political, but it should also be added that this is likely the last in a chess move at the end of a regime, and in the new year there will be a new administration, and the chances are things will change after that again, and I personally would not expect this to be something that goes on very long. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please do consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell next to it as well. And give us a like if you found this video useful.